Yeah, I mean, that was the mad thing with Mowax was sort of at a certain point meeting people that had really inspired you, like 3D and Mike D, lots of D's around. Yeah, and the record that was on the never-ending Ground Rail versus Mowax compilation, which unfortunately never happened. It's kind of like a bit of a joke now, but that was mine and Mike's sort of ongoing project that we, you know, how we started sort of talking about what we were going to do. Originally, I met Mike because of Luscious Jackson, because I wanted to sign Luscious Jackson. That didn't happen. And then I met him at Rocksteady Jam in the Park, which Crazy Legs used to put on, which was like this annual b-boy thing that used to happen in New York. And like all the classic hip-hop artists, from KRS-ONE to Rocksteady Crew, Beastie Boys, everybody be hanging out. I wasn't a skater. I'm the only one that couldn't skateboard. That's probably why DJing and stuff. The skate world kind of came to Mowax in many ways. I wasn't really in that world until early on when I was still at Honest John's. Russell, who ran Slam Ski Skates, Russell Waterman, who then did Silas and various other things, contacted me about basically sponsoring me with clothes. They had a clothing line called Insane, and they had a new line called Extra Large, happening at the time. And he came to see me, and they were, Slam Ski Skates used to be below Rough Trade in Leather Grove. And so that was my kind of initial introduction to that world, really. And I met Will Bankhead through him, Money Mark. He kind of helped me build a relationship with Mike D. And through that and the various things that would happen over most, for instance, there used to be a lot of skateboard videos that were done at the time that I would give music to the skateboard videos. And the music seemed to, you know, that culture, that seemed to, like Mowax, it seemed to have an impact in that world. And so it sort of grew from that, and through that I met people like Mark Gonzalez, Tommy Guerrero, yeah, you know, all the Supreme lot, Giovanni Estevez and James Lavelle. When Nike decided to start working with non-sports related stuff, because up until that point, every collaboration that Nike ever did was sports related. Michael Jordan, etc. And then they decided to start working with non-sports stuff. So basically all the heads of Nike, Mark Parker and all those guys came over to London, and I was asked to go to a dinner with, I think it was me, Michael Koppelman, Fraser came, a few other people in that world. And they basically they wanted to start doing collaborations. So I was part of that first wave. They asked me if I wanted to do a sneaker. Of course I said yes. And they said they wanted to do it with SB. It's fine. I mean, I just wanted to do a Dunk. You know, it was my sneaker of choice. And yeah, I mean, that was like pretty much the first time that Nike ever did a non-sports related training. You know, I wanted it to be really positive. I wanted the book to be, it wasn't about, for me, there are people that I've fallen out with, there are people that I'm still really good friends with. But there's a story, and that story needs to be told in the best way it could be. And I didn't want it to be biased, and I didn't want it to be personal for me. It was like, this is what went on, or what we made with the best possible degree that we can show in the context of it's an art book, it's not a biography, it's not it's meant to be a very visually led experience. It's not heavy on text. To me, that was not what Mowax was about. It wasn't about intellectualizing, and you know, there's a certain story to be able to tell, but you know, if you wanted to go into the detail of that whole period, you know, you could which is gone forever. What I really wanted to do, the best way I could, was just show who was there and who was involved and the best things that came out of that. And again, not make it, you know, if I maybe not going with somebody now, I wouldn't not have a picture of them in the book. Do you know what I mean? And that was really good, because in the end, actually, that's what I think. A lot of negative stuff from the past, whilst there's a tremendous amount of positive stuff, the things that did exist, a lot of that was a good way of sort of opening those doors to dialogue again. And there's a lot of people just, you know, things move on, life moves on. There's a lot of people who just don't. See, I mean, it's a long time ago, you know, and I was young, you know, I was 18 when I started and I was 28 when it finished. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely given me, you know, I'm thinking about how next to move forward with my wax. There's, you know, we've got collaborations coming out with people like Nike, Bathing Ape, Converse. I'm doing a show at Saatchi Gallery, which is more of a commercial kind of, you know, print show, plus selling some archive stuff. And putting music out, I mean, I am definitely toying with the idea. So we sort of